Guys, I just pulled up here and I pulled out this box. I'm like, oh, it's heavy. And look it. It's filled with all this. How cool. I think those are full right there, you guys. Crazy. Maybe what I'll do is just throw them in this box. Look at that. That was leaking. Hey, you guys didn't like the Pabst Blue Ribbon I found, but you guys like Coors Light? What are these? Cinnamon Apple Crisp hand soaps. We'll take those and let's see. It's empty. All of those are empty. I don't think there's anything in this. Some broken glasses. Oh my gosh. Look at this, guys. Look at this. What the heck? Oh my god. Okay, here, let's do this first. Let's get this box out. Let's get this out and then we'll...
Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First, and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles.
It's Sunday, February 5th.
Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful life. News in the gospel, brought lifting up the standard of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Real quick, man, just put it out there. I had just did a video to show you how much of a bitch Esau is. The YouTube bitches, they hit me with an age restriction. Then they took the video down talking about it violates child safety. But yeah, you got all types of child debauchery on the internet as far as, you know, momos and all that other shit. But basically, I did a video on basically Eve is the enemy to the Israelite man. And they gave me a restriction, then they took it down. And that was a highly good video. I recommended everybody to watch. But Lord's will, I uploaded to my BitChute account or the Vimeo. Which one? I think I got the BitChute. I may have the other one too, but I'm gonna upload it to the other account because obviously they're tripping over here, but they just took it down. But I found this interesting. I saw a clip from one of the brothers' pages about how America's a dumpster diving. Okay, now dumpster diving has been around for some time because one thing about America, by this being a consuming nation, they literally just give shit. They literally throw shit away because they're used to having an abundance. Okay, you find dumpster dive, you can find all types of shit. Name brand purses, shoes, watches, food, clothes, whatever. Because a lot of times they have a lot of inventory or a lot of defected items, and a lot of the shit they just throw away. Like in the grocery store, after a 3-day supply, if you go like in the back docks and stuff like that, they just have a lot of food. A lot of times it's still edible, just sitting there. But they're not really allowed to give it to people because technically they don't want people to, you know, they don't want people to have an abundance. They want to control everything. Now, is dumpster diving illegal? I'm not sure. I could look it up. Me personally, I've never done it, but it says here in this title, things are too good to be true. Starving Americans are dumpster diving in Texas. Don't be stupid. So see what he has to say a little bit here. And just a disclaimer, which I should have said on the other channel, this is under the Fair Use Act. Okay, I'm not intending on making any money or any profit or to exploit anybody or anything or any business. This is for educational purposes only, and this is of the Fair Use Act, Copyright Act of 1976. So with that being said, don't take down my video. Okay, so got a couple of precepts, nothing too much, but to show you how Babylon is in a primitive state of falling. Okay, it's falling, and the scriptures say that, behold, I've seen Satan fall from heaven as lightning. Okay, so beloved America, man, this is a third world country now. Okay, sooner than later, more job cuts, more job losses. These things they're going to become more prevalent as the time goes forth and closer to the return of our Lord. So here we go.
February 5th, 2023. A few articles I want to share with all of you today. Please feel free to comment down below on any of this information. Please make sure that you share all these videos. Make sure to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get into it. I want to start with this first article coming from the economiccollapse.com. Don't be stupid. The U.S. economy actually lost 2.5 million jobs last month. So we've got to really be questioning some things here. And I'm questioning quite a bit, just like all of you, because when we look at Google, Microsoft, Apple, Lyft, Facebook, Twitter, FedEx, and countless others who have been doing mass layoffs, we're supposed to believe when we turn on the television every day that everything is okay. We're supposed to believe that the consumer is healthy, the economy is healthy, the job market is healthy. There was an article on Bloomberg just a couple days ago, right here. It's titled, "Too Good to Be True. Jobs Report Draws Skeptics on Data Quirks." So in this article on the economic collapse, they refer to this Bloomberg article. 517,000 jobs added was the adjusted number. The unadjusted number was a loss of 2.5 million jobs last month. And we're going to see more job losses coming. So don't be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. Be prepared. It's easy to manipulate and adjust numbers. It's easy for people in a nice suit to come out and tell you that everything is okay, that you should be buying into markets, you should be buying a house right now. But there is so much manipulation taking place. And it's sad because a lot of people believe the data that they're being told. And you really have to be an independent thinker right now, because that's the only way you're going to be able to protect yourself, protect your wealth, and to make the correct financial decisions that don't cost you down the road here. Because a lot of people are getting very, very bad advice. And just to kind of back up what that article is saying, there's another article that came out, I think it was yesterday. I was reading it this morning. Chaos in Austin. This is from Fox Business. Chaos in Austin amid power outages as residents seen dumpster diving at HEB grocery store. Now, I've been to this store with Aaron from Texas Silver. And this is when I'm in town, when I'm in Texas, we usually stop into Austin and we'll load up on a bunch of food at the HEB grocery store. But this one,
bro, this shit finna get real, man. This collapse is coming. It's already here. Okay, and we've been telling you Jakes out there, man, this shit is, when it hit, it's gonna hit. Because they had a term what they call too big to fail. The banks and so forth, by during the 2008 crisis, which that was dealing with the loans and subprime lending, which that's just high rate robbery in the real estate markets. But now you got the real estate markets in trouble. You got the stock market in trouble. You have less growth in GDP, which is gross domestic product. Famines are on the rise. Okay, pestilence. These things are prophetic, as the scripture said, man. Okay, and Yahweh Shem Shai has sent his man out to warn you of the coming danger. Okay, it says confusion leads to hundreds of dumpster diving for food outside of HEB. Okay, dumpster diving, like, I mean, people used to do that on Saturdays. They go around and find things they need. But this is a necessity of trying to survive, man. So things are going to get real quick. Okay, they're talking about EMP strikes, blackouts. Hey, he's finna come down with great wrath, brothers, man. So, hey, brothers, keep your eyes glued to prophecy, man. Focus on the prophecy, man, you know, and keep teaching it. But I'm going to come back and watch this video later. Probably do another part to it, but I want to play this real quick. I'm a little pressed for time, so got to make moves here. But here we go.
And listen to this. Confusion outside of an HEB led to hundreds of people dumpster diving for food during the winter storm. Now they're being warned not to eat it. So check this out. This was the scene Thursday outside of a store in Austin. Travis County Constable George Morales posted the photo saying more than 200 people were fighting for the food after someone posted free food. Morales says that food is rotten and spoiled and unsafe to eat. HEB even issued a statement saying the power went out at the store and they couldn't keep the food at the proper temperature, so they had to dispose of it. They said it's also why the store couldn't donate the products to a food bank.
See, and that's the thing. People are going to start fighting over spoiled food like out there in Venezuela. Hey, man, people were over there fighting over trash cans, over flamingos, man. Okay, so let's read the scriptures real quick. Pharaoh's dream, Genesis, the 41st chapter. It says, and it came to pass at the end of 2 full years, Pharaoh dreamed. Salakia, man, I'm kind of getting over sinus shit. But it says, and Pharaoh stood by, no, let me read it again. And it came to pass at the end of 2 full years that Pharaoh dreamed. And behold, he stood by the river. And behold, there came up out of the river 7 well-favored kine and fat-fleshed, and they fed in a meadow. And behold, 7 other kine came up after them out of the river, and an ill-favored and lean flesh, and stood by the other kine upon the brink of the river. And it says, and an ill-favored and a lean flesh did eat up the 7 well-favored and fat kine. So Pharaoh awoke, and he slept and dreamed the second time. And behold, the 7 ears of corn came upon one stalk, ranking good. And I remember probably like a year and a half ago, I had a dream about a vineyard of corn. Okay, and then all of a sudden, and I remember it, man. I remember vaguely, but I remember we was walking in this vineyard and there was a lot of corn all over the place. But then when I turned around, like how that movie Children of the Corn, how you in the corn patches, but when I turned around, the corn was rotten and was spoiled and it was all slimy and shit all throughout the field. And we was kind of walking through it. And I'm like, what the hell is this? You know, because at first you had abundance and then, you know, then the food went to waste. Okay, and that was like a year and a half ago I had that dream. Okay, when it just came back to me reading this, but through the spirit, man, you know, a famine, a controlled or orchestrated famine is on the horizon. Okay, and these people, they're going to go batshit crazy when they can't eat food, man. And that's when doors are going to get kicked in. Okay, that's when violence is going to be an all-time high. That's when civil war is going to erupt. Okay, and that's when all hell gonna break loose, because like my man Joker said, he said, look, you will see when the chips are down, these people will eat each other. He says they only civilized as the world allowed them to be. So she said that they were fighting over rotten food, man. So just imagine if you have something that's somewhat edible, man, hey, it's gonna get real out here, brothers, man. And, hey, the Lord, he's gonna keep light in our dwelling places. I believe that. I believe through the spirit. And this may be a crazy and imaginative thought, but this can happen. You know, like just say if you got people with lynch mobs walking down the street at night, it's pitch black outside, and they're looking in on a prowl for food, groceries, water, whatever. And you got groceries in your house, and you know when you have a total blackout and the city is inoperable, you can smell food 1,000 miles away. And literally, like, we can have light in our dwelling places and food and so forth, and the Most High can cloak our homes and make it seem like there's nobody in there, but we in there, you know, getting it in. You look outside, you think they getting ready to come in your crib, but they walk right past you because the Lord put a cloak of defense around you. And I believe that's going to happen for certain brothers, man, because the standard is getting ready to be risen. We're going to need it. All right. And it says here, and the 7 thin ears devoured, and the 7 ranks in 4 ears. And Pharaoh awoke, and behold, it was a dream. All right. But it came to pass in the morning that his spirit was troubled, and he sent and called for all the magicians of Egypt and all the wise men thereof. And Pharaoh told them his dream, but there was none that could interpret it to Pharaoh. And I show you how serious the dream was, because he sent for his top men. Okay, when you send for your counsel to get you to understand what the hell is happening within your courts, that means that you have an urgent matter at hand. Okay, that means you got to go to the drawing board. You got to call a quick emergency meeting. That means that you're going to the drawing board. And look at this devil. He's already tearing something down around here. Perfect green grass. And yet he's tearing some shit down because he want to build fucking businesses. Now our fucking rent is finna go up because they build another business behind our house. You know, stupid shit. But anyway, Salakia. But that shows you, man, it's getting ready to get real bad out here. All right, but the channel I was just watching, this guy's name, let me go back to the history. Yep, Jeremiah Babe. Never heard of this guy, but you know, I might check out his channel because you know, going into the economic situation
One in
and so
particular,
forth.
just the other day,
and
had 200.
I get very excited because honestly speaking, I'm ready for this shit to cut. I'm ready for it to crash, man. Tired of working like a damn slave for nothing. You know, I'm ready for this to crash, man. You know, I'm ready to see swords and heads rolling and shit like that. I'm ready for that. You know, tired of the system, tired of this place, tired of being under the yoke every goddamn 10 minutes, man. So I pray to the Lord that this does happen soon. All right. And those of you that think we're crazy, then hey, have your opinion. We don't give a shit. But this is the book of Ezekiel 12, and I'm gonna start at verses 16. It says, "But I will leave a few men of them from the sword, and from the famine, and from the pestilence, that they may declare all the abominations among the heathen, whither they come, and they should know that I am the Lord. But moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, eat thy bread with quaking, and drink thy water with trembling and carefulness." Okay, and that's the point, because there's gonna be a scarcity of products out here. This is the reason why chicken farms, egg processing plants, they're burning down. Okay, over 100,000 some chickens, and they want to blame it on some imaginative bird, FLU. Nah, man, Esau is doing this because he's getting ready to come in with the new world order. All right, and it says, "And say to the people of the land, thus says the Lord Yahweh, of the inhabitants of Jerusalem and of the land, that they should eat their bread with carefulness and drink their water with astonishment, that her land may be desolate for all them that are therein, because of the violence of all them that dwell therein, man. And the cities that are inhabited should be laid waste, and the land should be desolate, and ye should know that I am the Lord." All right. So this is where we're at in prophecy. Okay, Yahweh Shai is getting ready to establish judgment on the planet Earth. Okay, he's getting ready to turn the lights off. Like the woman said in the newswoman, she said people were fighting over trash, man. And I can believe that because you Americans, you're a bunch of pigs anyway. You're a bunch of fucking wild animals, man. You know, you outbeat anybody else just so they won't have it. Like the Black Friday shit. You got motherfuckers fighting over flat screen TVs, man. Here you really ain't getting a deal. And you can always go back the next week for the Cyber Monday, or you can just buy the shit online and have it delivered to you. But you go register in a fucking store with 1 million people in there just to get a damn TV that everybody's fighting over. Okay? It's just plain stupidity, man. All right? But 2 Ezra 15, and I'm going to start at verses 14. "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands." This is what's coming. Okay, civil war. Like we always say, there will be a war versus the have and the have-nots. Okay, the people that have the more abundant or appear to be well off, they're going to go after the ones that don't, or vice versa. Because Jake, you know, and the lower people, they're too stupid to realize, and they know the government is behind it, but, you know, they're not going, how they going to find them? So they're going to go after the next best thing. You know, instead of going after Sir Rothschild, they want to kick in your door and get your last loaf of bread. Okay, versus the men in the power, and they the reason why this situation is what it is. But Jake don't think like that. But eventually they're going to band together and they're going to start going to these rich folks' neighborhoods. And they showed you that in Cali already. Jake is following wealthy Edomites to the house, breaking in their homes, beating them up, stealing their Rolexes, you know, just crashing their cars, all types of stuff. Literally going to be a purge here. And it's going to hit all 50 states, man. It's going to get real graphic. People literally going to be getting put to death in the streets, man. And we going to witness all of it, brother. So, hey, I'm telling you right now, get your minds ready, bro. Get your minds ready. Get your spirits ready. Get your houses in order. And buckle up, because it's finna be a hell of a fucking ride, man. I can see it. It says, "For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand up to fight against another with swords in their hands." It says, "For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they should not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power," meaning they're not going to give a damn about what the mayors or presidents or, you know, these particular officials in office, they're not going to care about what they say. Well, we establish a 9 o'clock curfew. People going to defy the martial law. People going to go back and forth with martial law. You think a man going to stay in his house when he has nothing to eat? Hell no, he's going out on a prowl. Okay? It's going to be a war, a civil war between the governments and the people, because you're going to have those that's going to band up. They're going to form their own private militias. And that's when you watch The Last of Us, which the last episode took place in Kansas City, Missouri. I was gonna do a little lesson on it, and I did something on it, but I was too tipsy, so I was like, nah, let me not do that to myself. I was tipsy as shit. I was up watching till like 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, had a little bit to drink. You know, because I only try to do my drinkings on weekends. I don't try to drink throughout the week no more. Monday sometimes, depends on how I feel. Like I might go get me some wine later on. But for the most part, man, I killed the bottle yesterday. And I was watching that show, The Last of Us, and you have what they call the Fireflies. Fireflies were basically a bunch of militias. And by the way, that last episode took place majorly in Kansas City, Missouri. And I was like, yeah, that was the spirit, you know. But most of the Fireflies were basically people and civilians that had military experience and, you know, was ex-Army vets and just regular civilians that banded up to fight Fedra, which Fedra is an off-brand or offshoot of FEMA. Okay, and that's what Fedra was, and that's what the firefighters were. They were basically the men and civilians of the United States. Okay, but it says there should be sedition among men and invading one another, and they should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions should stand in their power. And a man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. Okay, because martial law, you will have civilians that's hoarding over neighborhoods, that's keeping neighborhoods under hostage, you know, shooting at martial law. It's gonna be bad out here, man. The troops gonna have their hands full because these jabronis over here, known as red blood Americans, when they finally wake up and know they've been played, and when they backs get against the wall, this is when this shit is gonna go up, and the Civil War ain't gonna stop. Ain't gonna stop until the missiles come. Showed you that in the Forever Purge, man. The whole country descended into utter fucking anarchy, man. The whole entire country. They know what's coming. Okay? And it says, for because of that pride, the city should be troubled, and the houses should be destroyed, and men should be afraid. It's going to be bad, man. And the man should have no pity upon his neighbor, but should destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation, man, the lack of bread. So, hey, brothers, man, look, we coming into the time that you're going to have a green light to do what you got to do in that day. And I'll just say that, you know, if somebody's in that day when somebody's threatening you and your family, then you're going to have to do what you got to do. Okay, and get in that mindset of doing what you have to do. Okay, I have this thing, it's either you or me, and it damn sure ain't going to be me if Lord's with me. All right, it's either going to be me or you, and 9 times out of 10, it's going to be you. All right, because we're going to have a certain spirit on us that the Most High is going to put that bold and that warrior-like spirit on us, man. We're going to really go through some shit, you know, but we're going to be out the way for the most part. But when trouble comes finding you in danger, you got to handle it. All right. But anyway, brother Salakia, man, I had to cut it short, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Subscribe to this channel, Jeremiah Babe, see what he's talking about. I believe he's putting out some relevant information regarding these times. But anyway, with that, shalom and above.